Does include the chance for tornadoes and damaging winds.
And it's been a little while, so he was saying they're taking to social media, other paths to get the message out to folks. And we want to go over some reminders, because once it's been a few weeks, you may have forgotten about seeking shelter, where to go within your home. Yeah, you know that the basement is the best, but there's some other things that you need to think about. When you look at the lowest level or the basement level of your house, safest room is going to be away from those exterior walls. So you're looking for an interior room, no windows in play. You want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Under stairs or in a hallway, that's also a good bet, because again, it's all about being inside and having a lot of structures or walls up against you or surrounding you against that storm. Once again, we want to consider what's above you. Think about that, because yeah, you're in the lowest level, most interior room, but if you've got some heavy objects on the floors above you, say something like a piano or a refrigerator, may not be the room that you actually want to seek shelter in. When you're there, you want to crouch as low as possible, facing down with your hands over your heads. That's a good bet. Bathrooms, closets, always good in bathrooms, especially because they've got that plumbing, which tends to also keep those fairly sturdy, Chris. Take a peek at highs today. As I mentioned, still going to be on the warm side, 13 degrees above average. In fact, for Boston at 85. Tomorrow, you're at 84, mid-80s for New York and Burlington and Pittsburgh. Notice many spots 10+ degrees above average. Then we get into the weekend. This is the important stuff, right? Some showers into western New York, northwest PA, but much of the northeast looks good. Boston, you'll cool to the upper 70s on Saturday. By Sunday, notice the low 70s for Boston, upper 60s with some thunderstorms around Bangor, and even a little bit more comfortable for New York as well in the upper 70s there, Chris.